blind fury. Oh. False economy, I told you.
Hey guys, Hope Up here. Gonna be doing reaction to Ragna vs. Soul, Badguy. Blazblue vs. Guilty Gear, Death Battle. Recommended by Cody Lane. Yeah, you're probably wondering why I always go with glasses or look like this. It's mainly because it's a video. You gotta stand out. You can't just blend in. I'm starting to finally understand that. I gotta emote more, Because it's essentially like I'm trying to make like a comedy type thing. Like all of these clips I like to add, I do them to more like the imagination. You know, they're not allowed to do it, but with the clips it would be like, what if they did that? I mean, that's essentially what it is, an if thing. But it'd be still funny, but something they'll never do, but still. But anyway, let's get to this video. I've never seen it before. I don't know what these games are, so 3 to a 1. Or if they're even games, for that matter. One of these days I'm gonna make a...
No anime
I'll do
tough
the
guy
Warcraft
trope
one
is
again,
complete
but...
unless he has outrageous spiky hair, a sword that's clearly compensating for something,
and belts.
But make it faster
Lots
and cooler.
Lots of belts.
Ragna, the Blood Edge.
And Soul Badguy,
Yeah,
the
rogues
flame
wear
of
belts all the time in
He's
World of
whizzing
Warcraft.
on a boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
I actually
armor,
like playing
and
an
skills
outlaw
to find
one.
out who would win
You get a
death
gun,
battle.
you get swords, or you can mog it with axes or whatever. Mog me,
Nearly a
change the weapon.
century ago, humanity was hunted to near extinction by the fearsome Black Beast. Fortunately,
Why's he
6
got
brave
black?
heroes slayed the monster and saved mankind. The remains of humanity was reorganized under an oppressive government until one man decided to rise up. Ragna, the Blood Edge.
Okay. So there's always some kind of noise going on in this house.
Baggy pants, giant sword, brooding personality. Ragna has tragic backstory written all over him.
I'd actually go with gruesome. As a young child, he and his siblings were confined in an experimental facility.
Well, I've seen
as
some pretty
lab
dark
rats.
stuff, so I don't think
Bummer.
it should be that
What were
bad.
they trying to do?
No one knows. The important thing here is they were rescued by a talking cat named Jubei. What up?
Ah, your talking cat's here to keep you company.
Who also happened to be the
Let me
most
guess, a
important
human
on the
spirit in
planet.
that cat?
However, things took a darker turn when Ragna's sister Saya grew very sick.
With what?
Or something?
Sickness? No one knows. Ragna took Saya under his wing, but their younger brother Jin was
Yeah, let's just say
irritated that
fever.
Ragna was not spending more time with him. Being a reasonable guy, he decided the only solution was to murder his brother.
Should we try and stop him?
Let's just let them settle it.
Oh, yeah!
Well, I guess that settles it.
Oh, God, what have I done? What have I continued to do?
Oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I'm lonely. I'll kill one of the only people I care about. Great plan. So then a maniacal hipster villain
Damn.
named Yuki Terumi showed up out of nowhere, helped Jin impale Ragna through the chest, and then cut off his arm for good measure.
Why? How? No one knows.
What's so funny? Nothing. Relax, buddy.
Have you familiarized
And
yourself
he
with that phrase
died
yet?
because no one can
Good.
survive
It's not
from
stopping
that much blood
anytime
loss.
soon.
Moving on, for sanity's sake, Ragna would have been done for until an omniscient, time-traveling, pig-tailed vampire
Why
descended
not?
from the heavens, snapped her fingers, magicked him a new arm, and left. No,
Nothing's
don't
free.
think,
Nothing's
just
free.
accept.
Everyone knows
Surprisingly
that.
still conscious, and apparently an expert of things that have never happened before, Ragna instantly recognized his new appendage as an Azure Grimoire, a piece of the
Okay.
Black Beast, which Ragna can use to manipulate Seether. Seether is a radioactive energy left behind by the Black Beast all over the world.
Like magic,
Well, no, magic is totally different.
but it lets him do magic-type stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
after missing out on the maiming and resurrection of Ragna, Jubei the cat ninja returned and decided to teach him the ways of combat.
Where the hell was he
Kitty,
before?
kitty, kitty.
No one knows.
Probably destroying someone's furniture.
I bet
or
he
pissing in
scratched
their
him behind
shoes.
his ears or
Through
under his
his
chin
training,
like crazy.
Ragna's control over Seether became practically unmatched. He can form various parts of the Black Beast in combat, transform his own arm into razor-sharp claws, or drain the soul of his foe through his strikes.
Yeah.
But if he needs
Almost
more
reminds me
power,
of
more
Naruto's
defense, and more
Ninetales
soul
power.
sucking, he
It
can
doesn't
crank these up
drain
to
the soul,
11
but it
with
does
his
drain the life
blood
out of
game
you.
form.
Upon
Or burn
completing
you
his
alive.
training, Jubei bestowed upon him a red cloak and a deadly blade called Blood Scythe.
How
His
has
training
your
can extend
spine
for
not
stabbing
been ripped
strikes,
out
and
from the
like
weight
the
of that?
Azure Grimoire, slowly drains the souls of its victims upon contact. And before you point out that it's clearly a sword, not a scythe, it can do this.
Damn.
Ragna's angsty rage took him on a world tour of single-handed government smashing, earning him the nickname the Grim Reaper.
And racking up an unprecedented bounty of 90 billion, whatever their currency is. No one knows.
Why can't they ever
And
get
despite
pictures
being the
right, no
largest
matter
bounty
what?
Of all time,
Even
he still
with
freely walks
a
the
driver's
world
license,
on
he always had
foot and in
crappy
public
pictures.
with no attempt to disguise himself whatsoever.
Probably because nobody wants to piss him off. We're talking about a guy who treats getting knocked through solid concrete as an inconvenience, has survived multiple impalings through the chest, took out hundreds of armed officers without breaking a sweat, and obliterated an entire street.
Yeah,
with a
you don't wanna
single
mess with him.
one-hand sword strike.
Ragna is referred to by some as the most powerful man in the world, but he's also known
Yeah,
as a risk taker with a
face
short
the
temper.
One Punch Man, then
Despite
we'll
being
talk.
trained by the most dangerous kitty cat in the world, Ragna is obviously nowhere near Jubei's level of skill, who terrifies even the deadliest villains of the series.
But after all was said and done, Jubei left Ragna with a dire warning.
Eh?
Never think of the Azure Grimoire as your own.
Which is kind of bullshit. I mean, it's attached to him, so I'm pretty sure he's...
Oh yeah, because sooner or later
He
it's gonna be gone
but
forever.
If he loses control over it, it can transform him into the Black Beast itself. In fact, Ragna was
Yeah.
the original Black Beast, sent back in time after falling into a magic cauldron. The two were somehow separated and did battle in the past. These events would repeat themselves in a
Okay.
100-year time loop until this chick saved Ragna from falling into that cauldron, stopping the Black
Huh.
Beast from appearing in the past in the first place.
But if the Black Beast never went back
Well.
in time, then it would never have created Seether.
Yeah.
And everything in Blazblue shouldn't exist as we know it. So...
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
I suggest you don't worry about this sort of thing and just enjoy yourself. That goes for you all, too.
Yes.
You want to just make this guy fight someone now?
I'm the main character, and yet again, I get left in the dark. It's really starting to piss me off.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Yeah.
Way back in the year 2010, the discovery of magic forever changed the course of human history.
Yeah, we definitely
Additional
have
technology
magic
was
around
eliminated
here.
for new-
This one needs to make a move already. Quiet in the peanut gallery, please.
I am attacking, but with a newly summoned Spark Ghast who has trample, 4 damage to your planeswalker.
Oh! Oh no! Kenny! Shh! But he's dying! Oh! Serendib Sorcerer unblocked, winner McCormick! Yeah!
No!
newer, environmentally friendly methods. And after improving the planet, a
20.
certain world superpower sought
19
to
and
improve
we still don't have
mankind
jack
itself.
squat.
Oh, hey, another super soldier project. Let me guess.
I mean, we got the
inject
cell
this guy
phone,
with
what we
some
frickin'
serum
do?
My phone's broken. Took it in the shower because I didn't know you could pause a game. Here, Chris, your first cell phone.
Yay!
You know, you'd probably salvage that phone. If you put it in a bag of uncooked rice, it'll dry out.
Really?
Yeah, and then you can use the rice to pretend someone wanted to marry you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Dog and Meg the Bounty Hunter.
Didn't really work out the way they wanted, but now he's a badass.
Replace serum with magic.
People just
and
become more
close
lazy
enough.
over time.
This man would emerge as the feared bounty hunter, Soul Badguy.
So he's clearly the bad guy.
Actually, he's the main hero of the story.
Well, then why would
Before Soul's transformation, he was known as Frederick, a scientist tasked with leading the Super Soldier Project alongside his love interest, Arya. But whether he intended to or
Of
not,
course it's a
Frederick
redhead.
would become the prototype of this
But then
year's
redheads
super
have more
race,
sex than
the
any other
Gears.
color.
But
Weird
is
people.
he guilty?
Fun fact.
Oh, hell yeah.
Munch a bunch of Fritos!
No!
He was responsible for Arya's death, and then her next
Ew.
death when she was resurrected into this thing.
Oh, Wasn't expecting her to look like that.
How do you
but
do
not
that
as much as I
as
wasn't
a
expecting the
human
blue
in a
robot
machine?
penis? Who even does that?
What?
She was likely created as a giant FU to poor Soul.
How does that work in the bed?
Which man?
That's gonna be some grinding gears.
No, it's that.
Let me tell you something. You know what really grinds my gears? You. Fuck you, Diane.
That man.
It's just you and me here, Wiz.
Listen, the villain is that man.
Soul Bad Guy's the hero and the villain?
No, he's another character. Just pretend Soul Bad Guy's not there.
You mean he's invisible?
When this person was born into the world, his parents looked at this child and decided they would name him that man.
Why would they call...
His name is T-H-A-T space M-A-N.
They're doing that.
Space? Why, who you? I'm out! So, I looked at the internet and discovered that his actual name is that man.
Yeah.
I apologize for earlier. Let's move on.
Soul had to maintain a human appearance to disguise his true gear form. So he developed a special limiter headpiece to keep his own power at bay.
If that thing comes off, say goodbye to whoever recently pissed him off.
強大すぎる。俺のパワーを封印する役目を持つ鎧が今砕かれた。
As a gear, Soul's aging was slowed to a near halt, allowing him more than enough time to develop his own fighting style.
Well, whatever fighting style lets you
Aren't
punch
the
fire,
fighting
that's
styles
the
all the
one I
same?
wanna learn. Soul's volcanic viper and Fafnir
Punch or
punches
kick,
are flame-enhanced
that's
strikes, while his riot
just in a
stomp
different
flies
way.
in with a fearsome kick. And because this is anime, Soul can trigger his second form, the Dragon Install.
The Dragon Install allows Soul to safely tap into a fraction of his full gear power, boosting his strength, speed, and healing ability. The drawback, he can only sustain this power for so long, and afterward, he's left vulnerable.
As Soul wandered the Earth, that man began a plan for world domination using an army of gears. In response, Soul put together a gear-obliterating superweapon called Outrage.
Which looks like the world's most complicated can opener. Or next-gen Bop It.
Turns out, it was so powerful nobody could wield it, not even Soul. So he had to split it apart into 8 pieces just to make it usable. Naturally, he took the best piece for himself, the flame-enhanced Fire Seal. I want a Fire Seal, that'd be fucking sweet. Hit me now, Orca Whale. Fire Seal!
Using Fire Seal to its full potential, Soul defeated that man's forces twice over.
Just grab the Pokemon Seal and just let it on fire. Fire Seal.
Junkyard Dog Mark III casing.
But this is hardly the full extent of Soul's power. He once survived the backyard, an alternate dimension which would annihilate the soul of a normal man. And by removing his headband, he can access his full unrestrained potential.
Like when he shot a laser out of his sword to incinerate an inhuman gear the size of Mount Everest.
And once he went back in time and witnessed his past self get murdered, which should have erased him from the present a la Marty McFly. But he didn't like that idea very much, so he just didn't.
After Blazblue, nothing is too bizarre for me anymore.
Harry, I'm in a picture. To be contenders.
Soul is powerful, but fears his full potential. He's also pretty lazy. His favorite strategy is always whichever is the least strenuous. This lack of extra effort can sometimes leave him underestimating his opponent.
But the second he starts trying, few can stand in his way.
I've really got to try new games.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
I'm just trying the internet. Trying to socialize more through the internet and stuff. Ooh, that looks cool. Damn it. Stop fogging. Hate it when these fog up. Can't see crap. Oh yeah, obviously he's gonna go for him. Who would win?
Who are you? Out of my way. You're dead.
Actually, I think the red shirt guy will win.
You gotta be kidding me. Let's get this over with.
It stands out more, so I choose that color. Call him by that color. The other Swords guy's color is just kind of looks like light brown, dark brown mix, white.
Restriction.
Oh, in the face, I think.
Restriction 666 released. Dimensional corruption imaginary number formed. Blazblue,
Hey. Ooh. Feel that. It's like Venom versus that other guy. Alright, super forms, let's see. Could be what anyone's battle now.
Tapping out.
I'm not gonna waste any more time on you.
Oh, I thought he was gonna cut him.
Shit.
What? Uh-oh. I think the demon in him is being unleashed. Yeah. He wins. You're fucked. What? Hey?
KO! Bullseye!
Ragna put up a tough fight, but Soul had him outclassed.
Likely due to the fact that while Ragna had on 4 belts, Soul had 18.
Soul's centuries worth of fighting experience.
What's with the belts thing? Yeah, I gotta wear belts because I've been losing weight like mad.
Even Soul is tough enough to withstand Ragna's Azure Grimoire, just like when it survived the backyard.
The Black Beast was impressive, but Soul's gear form is leagues above. Recall when
But that mean he would beat the Ninetale Fox hands down.
By comparing the size of the gear to the clouds, we can determine its volume to be around 140 billion cubic meters. Destroying something this
I've
size
never
would
watched a
require
lot of comic
more
books,
than
maybe
85
like
gigatons of
Naruto,
TNT.
but that was it.
That's nearly 200 times more powerful than the 9.0 earthquake that hit Japan in 2011.
More than enough to take Ragna down, and that was only a fraction of Soul's real power. Ragna just burned out in the end.
The winner is Soul Badguy.
Alright, way to go. The other guy.
Next time on Death Battle.
I think I did a reaction to that. Gara versus Toph. But anyway, yeah, I know how it turns out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the reaction to Ragna versus Soul Badguy. Yeah, I really thought Ragna would have won. But I guess Soul was more OP. I thought the guy with the red shirt would have won. I mean, yeah, I'm bad at remember people's names. I'm more better visually than names. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction and have a nice day.
Oh my God.